Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 in Parkitect, and today I'd like to take a look at another one of the campaign scenarios. I think the next one is Highway Hijinks. A few acres of flat land, perfect for an amusement park. The problem? A highway cuts right through the middle. Scenario: have at least 550 guests in your park and have an overall park rating of at least 80%. Optional goals: have at least 250 guests in your park and complete all non-optional goals by the end of August Year 3, and then you will get the gold medal, which I did manage to do. So let's take a look at the park that I built for the Highway Hijinks scenario. So let's have a little tour of our theme park. Obviously with the highway in the middle, or the motorway in the middle. And you see, this is the motorway right through the middle of your park. So your goods in department is right at the motorway. So the first thing I did, of course, was add a staff room and a staff training room right next to the goods in department, and then built a little shopping mall right next to that. But the actual entrance for the park comes in over here. So let's start from the entrance, shall we? So the scenario itself comes with this little pretty area right at the entrance to the park. You've got like this little water feature. Yeah, that's the right word, isn't it? A little water feature for you to be able to see at the entrance. So that's the very first thing that you can see as you come in. And these little buildings right around it. So these little buildings have got quite a lot of glass and a bit of a sort of like corrugated iron. So let's zoom in a little bit so that you can see that better. So Highway Hijinks. So we've got this beautiful little water feature as we start right at the entrance. So this is what the guests will see as they come in. And you can see from the way that they've done this that they've put a little pool in, and then they've kind of like sunk trees and rocks and things into it. That's kind of not something I personally would have thought of doing, and like that with the sticking the tree right in the middle of the rocks, I wouldn't have actually thought of that. So I think it's really nice sometimes to just see what the people have built to give you some inspiration for building things for yourselves. And like these buildings here, look, so you've got if we hide scenery, we've got an information kiosk and a toilet right at the entrance, and the ones at the side, look, have actually not got anything in them. They're just little buildings. So let's put that back up. So you've got the info kiosk and some toilets right as you come in. But look at this, you've got the little wooden building, look, and then you've got the glass as an entire pane that they've just got corrugated iron on the roof, and then the glass frontage here, look, for the shades, and it's really a designer building that I probably wouldn't have thought of personally, so I really quite like it. So let's just rotate that around a bit so you can see the other sides of it. And then they've used the hedging around the edges, and then as you come in, I've got a couple of mat boards here and some bins to get rid of your waste, and then it just has these little steps to bring it in to the park itself, and that's how that entrance starts. And there's just got a few flowers, and all of this was actually as is before we started, so I've just left that as was, and then we've built around it. So if we zoom just a titchy bit out like that, and this is the front of the park. So the park, look, comes around the edge here, just behind these trees, to the goods in department, and then you've got the road in the middle here. So what I've used is the goods department. I've got the staff facilities here by the goods in department, and I've built this big food court around it, and I actually left lots of space to add extra shops, look, but I didn't end up filling it because we actually managed to finish before we needed. So if I drop the scenery, you can see we've got funnel cakes, mini donuts, we've got the trash chute for the staff to drop trash in, we've got the route all the way around the side so the staff can come in and out at this side and at this side, and then we've got umbrellas and balloons here. And then if we rotate around, you can see we've got a cash machine, we've got toilets over here, information kiosk, first aid, and a couple of vending machines. So we were actually missing quite a lot of really useful food. You see, all we've got is vending machines, funnel cakes and mini donuts, which is not exactly the best food choices for a theme park. So we've made good with what we've got, and left space for some better, what we could really use was some drinks and some food, some proper drinks and proper food, but we didn't get those, so I left space to put those in, but we managed to finish before we were done. Right in this corner, look, you can see I've used glass on this corner because I couldn't find the corrugated tin of the same design on that roof piece that will allow you to kind of go around the corner with the two different levels, so I just used the glass to fill the wall in. And then of course, because it's quite a big building, we've just put a couple of trees at the side, so that hides all the goods departments from the people in the park, and you can see, as a staff, they can see out to the road, but the visitors to the park can't see that. And then we've put some seating in with, here look, we've got seats facing backwards and forwards, we've got lamps, and we've got rubbish bins, and I've added rubbish bins all the way around the edges. Look, and there's some more seating here. We've got lots of pretty flowers around the edge there, quite simple, and lots of these big blobby bobbly trees to hide the road from the guests in the park, and hopefully the big trees will also mask some of the sound coming from the road. And look how busy it is, super busy. So that's kind of cool. So if we come in here, we've got the toilets that we showed you with the drop-down menu, so we could see past them. And we've got lots and lots of mat boards around, and lots of seating around the paths. And I've used these white flowers all the way around the edges of the path just to add up that scenery decoration level. And because it's quite a bright place, we've used all these little pavilions and tried to colour coordinate them with the rides. Look, so we've got green here with the go-karts, and we've got the like bumblebee colours with the wild mouse. So if I just zoom a tiny bit out, look, so that's the traditional little wild mouse, one of the pre-built ones that we've just popped in into this corner section. That we've put some trees around it to try and mask it from the fences and things, and that just fits quite nicely right in this little corner with this odd shaped fence area. And we've got a very simple little train building station for people to come in and out. As I said, we've got the shade for people waiting in the queues to protect them from the sun. Here we've got the dodgems, and then the top spin right next to that, so you've got the green and black pavilions there to go with the top spin. All these white flowers again around the edges, lots and lots of seating, lots of trees to mask the edge of the space. And this of course is right at the entrance here. See, there's the top spin, off it goes. Just watch that for a second so you can see the people having fun, and upside down it goes. Whoa! Hope nobody's sick. Whee! I think that one might be a little bit too intense for me personally. This one might be more in my style. The car ride. Nice simple little car ride. Look, so we've got red on the cars and red and grey cars. Look, red on the sides, grey on the tops. So the little station building is basically just a load of the little pavilions again. And of course right at the opposite side of the entrance here we have our carousel. Got to have a carousel everywhere, haven't you? See, so we've got the carousel right on the entrance, look, so the queue line is slightly raised up, and so is the carousel slightly raised up. Right in the very corner, look, if we rotate around, right smack in the very corner, so we can't put trees around the edge there. We're right on the very edge of the park here, so we've utilised this little corner area as most efficiently as we can, so that we've got a long straight path all the way along the side here. So you've got the dodgems at one side, the top spin, and the carousel at this side. Moving into your car ride, which look, it goes around the side here, up and over here, over the pathway here, so you've got that beautiful path interaction. Does a little circuit around here and then back over the road again, around over itself, over this water area, and then back under and back into the station. Kind of like that. So I zoom back out a little bit further so that you can see the whole of the track just in one go. Kind of like that. I think I'm really proud of that track. I did end up building that myself, and I'm very, very proud of that. I've got lots of nice interactions. So we interact with the top spin right here, with this path here, with the carousel, with the water, over the path here, all this beautiful tree area over here, interact with this path again over here, go over the path again, so we're interacting over here with the coaster over here as well. I'm really proud of that one. Really like how that turned out. I've kept the planting very simple, just lots of trees and these white flowers everywhere, and I think it's worked out really, really well. So that's the whole of the entrance section, which we've just spoken about here, all the way over to the wild mouse, all the way across to here, and then the path comes down here, and of course across in this direction we have stuck in an enterprise surrounded by trees all over here, and the pavilions again here. So the queue line actually goes down to the enterprise, because and the path goes along at the top, and then you come down into the queue line of the enterprise, and there it goes lifting up. Whee! And again you're right back to the road again here. Next to the enterprise we have a coaster. This is the Green Gardens. This is one of the pre-built design of coaster, and you can see all the trees and things that come with it. That was all part of the pre-built design, and it's a beautiful building look for the train station. And so this is the Green Gardens State pre-built coaster, so you can use that yourself anytime you want, because that's one of the pre-built ones. And it's got this beautiful little flower garden look as an interaction, so you come in and out here. So the queue line goes into the station here, and the exit comes out from the top here. So if we drop the scenery, you can see how the train station interacts. You see, this is, as I say, this is one of the pre-builts. So the queue line goes in at the bottom, look, and then rises up through the building. Then you jump on the train here, and then you come off at the other side and just come down these stairs and come back out into here. And I think that's actually really cool. It's a beautiful building. Well done whoever built that one. Very nice. And then you've got this beautiful garden, so you can sit and then come back out, and that's the edge of the pre-built. So we go along the front here, and then this connects up to the big wheel here, and the jumper over here, and then it's right next to the bridge which goes over the top of the motorway. And then this road goes around past the jumper and the big wheel, through these flower beds, leads into the go-kart track, and then it meets up with the path that leads into the food court and comes out by the wild mouse. So if I zoom all the way out so that you can get an overview of the whole thing, how far out can we go? Can we go all the way out? So let's see everything. Can we go a little bit further? Let me get it all in one go. There we go. There we go. So that's the whole of this half of the park. So you come in through here as a guest, and you can go around this area as like almost a big square, and then you've got off the side, you've got the food court in that direction and the enterprise in this direction, and then through the centre again you go up and over the road to the other half of the park, and you've got quite a big space over the other side as well. And I didn't need to use all of this, so we've got lots of space, so we could have built some more coasters and things over there. But what I did build is I just built 4 flat rides on this side of the park. So let's, oh no, don't rain, shame, it rained. Right, so as you come off the bridge that goes over the park, there's the bridge, look, quite a nice little bridge actually. On this side I've got a drop tower. I've zoomed in that little bit too far, haven't I? Let's go back out just a little bit. So on this side, sorry it's raining, we've got the drop tower. Which type of drop tower is it? The launched drop tower, right here. The launched drop tower, there we go, so we're just getting the people coming on. And then we've got the turbine. That's kind of a scary ride, I think. It tip you all the way up and all the way down. Not as much capacity on a ride like that maybe as you would have liked in a big theme park. The Turbulon and the Star Shape. So I've got these 4 flat rides just along the edge here, and we've got lots of space. I was thinking of putting in some coasters, but we managed to actually finish the park without needing to do more. So if I zoom out a bit so you can see the rides that we've got over this side of the park as well. So I hope that that gives you some ideas. As I say, I've kept the planting really simple. You just use the white flowers and lots of trees, and I added a few shrubs and things over this side for something a little bit different between the rides. And then you come across the road here and back to this section of the park over here. So that's one side there, and the other side over here. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!